Today I would like to do our meditation on the concept of abundance. Sound good? How many of you guys don't like abundance? Show of hands. Nobody? Awesome. So, I want to have you consider a couple of questions. I want you to ask yourself, how would you live if you absolutely knew that abundance is all that there is? How would you live your life the moment you walk out of this room today if you were absolutely convicted that lack does not exist? Would you live differently? So why do we believe in lack? Lack is, I'll often say that the ego is the root of all suffering, the cause of all suffering. Suffering being different than pain, like physical pain. Suffering is our mind's narration about difficult circumstances that we go through. So without the ego, without that narrating voice in the head, suffering is literally impossible. You could experience pain just like an animal experiences pain. But even you watch like a gazelle on Discovery Channel get chased by a lion, and they're running as fast as they can, and then they escape, and 2 minutes later they're not suffering, right? They're not traumatized by it. They have no ego to talk about it to themselves. So the ego is what generates the concept of lack. And the reason for that is because, I think we talked about this last week, but the ego is the survival-oriented mechanism that was built by evolution throughout our human history to help us survive in the wild. So from a survival-oriented standpoint, there is no benefit to being positive. If you're positive and you're wrong, you get eaten, right? Or you miss your food supply or your water supply or whatever. But if you're always negative and always pessimistic, always doubting yourself, always believing you're lacking something, that helps you survive in the wild, right? You're going to go out and hunt, find a mate, find a food supply, find a water supply, find shelter. Go, 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 go. So it's just that mechanism in our minds we call the ego that allows us to project this illusion called lack. So without that mechanism, we literally would have no concept of lack. Lack does not actually exist in the universe. There's no animal that actually believes in lack, right? Jesus said in his Sermon on the Mount, he's like, yo, check out the birds. They're not stressing out. They don't even know where their next meal's coming from. But they're always peaceful and happy and tweeting away, and be like that, right? Trust the universe, that abundance is all that there is. All your needs will be provided for you. So if you imagine, something that causes you to suffer in your daily life, let's say you get a speeding ticket, right? We all go, oh, this is the worst thing ever. Well, it's only a negative experience to you because you believe that it implies you're lacking money, right? Have you ever seen like a billionaire get pulled over for a speeding ticket? They're like, oh, yep, totally speeding officer, sorry about that. Yep, all right, cool, have a great day. I'll have my accountant take care of it. Hey, Tom, how you doing, buddy? It's out of their mind. Because all they know is abundance. They're completely convicted that they have the resources they need. And so the universe doesn't actually care what's in your bank account. It just cares what you believe is true. So the ego tells us that the absence of something we desire in our immediate field means lack, right? So that's why we believe that this idea is real. But the absence of whatever you're desiring in your immediate field does not imply lack. It just implies that there's some work to be done to get the thing you want. But if you imagine like you're in a super Walmart, right, where everything you can imagine is in there. And let's say you grab a tube of toothpaste, right, and you're heading to the checkout and you run into a friend and they're like, oh, hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. Oh, I actually came here to get toothpaste too. Oh, well, here you go. I'll go grab another one. And then, oh, thanks, buddy, and they leave. Are you now lacking toothpaste? If you wanted to take the most pessimistic, egocentric possible point of view, sure. But it's just a super unhelpful point of view, right? You can just go back down the aisle and get it. And that's how the universe is. If you imagine going to a buffet that has every kind of food you can imagine, every kind of food you can dream of, and you go with your friend to this buffet. Imagine if you guys sit down and your friend looks at the empty plate and goes, "Oh, there's a lack of food here." You'd be like, let me explain how this works. You know? We just have to get up and go over there, and all the food we can imagine is over there waiting for us. So, understand that creation is already complete. The universe is already complete. Every possible reality, every possible configuration of energy already exists. That's what infinity means, right? We only believe in lack because our limited minds can't at all grasp what infinity means. But if we could grasp it, we would never think about lack ever again. We would just know, I just put out my desire, and the universe starts to bring synchronicities into my field to bring me the thing I desire. It's all waiting for me. That is what is true of reality. So to live from a state of abundance, a mindset of abundance, is just to see life the way that it actually is. It's to cleanse your perception from that illusion that lack is possible. The only thing that cannot exist in an infinite universe, literally, is lack. The universe can only create. It is always expanding, right? It cannot uncreate. There cannot be a gap in infinity. Abundance is all that there is. So, really the most beneficial thing that you can do for your quality of life and to manifest the life you want and to become the person you want to be is to erase lack from your thinking. Literally remove the concept of lack from your thinking. It does not serve you in any way. And furthermore, you literally can't find it anywhere. Like, you can never point to lack. Anything you point to is abundance. Even the concept of lack, you might say, well, okay, I want a Ferrari and there's not one here right now, so there, I'm lacking a Ferrari. But I would just say, well, there's millions of Ferraris out there just waiting for you. So lack is always a contradiction. It's not possible. It doesn't exist at the creative level, which means it doesn't exist at all. It's always a misperception on our part. You literally are a manifestation of abundance. You are what abundance is doing. So, to see that truth in your life, it's not something you believe in. You can't believe in abundance. You just have to recognize it. You have to confirm with your own life experience that anything is possible. Anything I can truly desire is permitted for me to have. If I can see it in my mind, feel it in my heart, the universe says, here you go. Everything about you is abundant. Billions of cells working in harmony to support you. Trillions of chemical processes. Neural synapses firing, heart is beating, lungs are breathing. You are being supported by abundance. And you are the highest expression of that. You are God's highest form of expression. You are molecules dancing. You are creation expressing. You are God appearing. There is absolutely no lack other than what you generate. And if you believe in that concept, the law of attraction says, all right, I'll generate that illusion for you. The law of attraction says that you are not allowed to interact with anything that runs outside of your belief system. So if you are a very insecure person, the universe will not allow you to interact with any circumstance that builds confidence in you. you can only attract circumstances that reinforce insecurity. Until you change your perception, you're going to keep generating what you believe. So remove that idea completely that you are unworthy in any way, that you are missing some resource to be who you want or create the life you want. Because when you believe in lack in any way, you're essentially saying, there's a lack of life here. But that is a contradiction. There's only life. Life has no opposite. The opposite of life is not death. The opposite of death is birth. But life is all that there is. Abundance is just another word for life. And you are life, are you not? So if you believe that, you will always feel negative about it. Because the belief that there is a lack of life somewhere is a point of view that doesn't compute from higher consciousness. So our emotional body responds in a way that makes us feel bad about that idea. Because higher self is letting us know that that is a perspective about creation that creation does not have about itself. So to have an abundant mindset is to see life the way that life sees itself. To get your perspective in alignment with what is actually the case. That you are abundance itself. That everything that you need is actually inside of you. The essence of whatever you can possibly desire originates in you. The thing you want is just a symbol that represents the essence of who you are. You only want that job or that relationship because it represents love or fulfillment or happiness. And where does that come from? It comes from inside of your own infinite, eternal being. You are the focal point of the universe. Everything is being attracted towards you. You are the center of your universe. Everything is reporting to you. So whenever you tune in to the essence of what you desire in yourself, feel what it is you truly want. Is it joy? You are joy. Is it happiness? You are happiness. Is it love? You are love. And when you feel that abundance in you, then the material reflections of that essence are attracted into your field. You just have to believe it first. Believe in the simplicity of the universe, that lack does not exist and abundance is all that there is.